This video presents the 2027 National Elections Preparedness Assessment by the Special Parliamentary Committee on Elections, based on the February 2026 public hearing in Port Moresby. The committee includes Chairman Allan Bird and Deputy Chair Dr. Puka Temu, and heard from key witnesses from the Police, PNG Defense Force, Electoral Commission, and Treasury. This is the first pre-election public inquiry in PNG history. Despite the 2022 election costing 1.1 billion kina, zero cash has been disbursed for the 2027 election, with approximately 16 months remaining until writs issue. Warnings from the 2023 committee report regarding late planning are materializing. The Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary, represented by DCP Mitna, expressed high concern. Key findings show their election budget has not been submitted, and the operational plan is a draft replica of 2022. Procurement is paralyzed, taking 2 years normally, and an intelligence gap remains unfilled. The PNG Defense Force, led by Brigadier Opa, was deemed the most prepared. Their estimated budget is 120 million kina, an increase from 2022 with a detailed 3-phase plan. Shaping operations are underway, but limitations include only 3 small operational aircraft and reliance on civilian helicopters for high-risk areas. The Electoral Commission, with Acting Commissioner Ms. Vagi, was the strongest witness. Election dates are gazetted, and a photo roll pilot has been successful. The Commission has exercised its constitutional powers, but zero funding has been disbursed, despite 50 million kina being allocated. The Department of Treasury, represented by Secretary Oiki, was the weakest witness. They confirmed the 2022 election cost was 1.1 billion kina, and that no dedicated police election budget line exists for 2026. Treasury committed to releasing the 50 million kina allocated to the Electoral Commission within 7 days. The funding crisis is severe, with a 1.1 billion kina exercise having zero funds disbursed. Chairman Bird stressed that processes should not hide the urgency of impending elections. Treasury revealed the previous EC commissioner failed to submit a bid by the deadline for a 250 million kina ceiling. Critical challenges include the proliferation of firearms, which is the biggest threat. Security arithmetic shows 1 officer per polling area, which is highly inadequate. Role integrity, interagency sequencing, and minimal prosecutions for electoral offenses also remain major issues. Points for optimism include Ms. Vagi's strong leadership and the precedent of this pre-election inquiry. The PNGDF shows structured readiness, and the photo roll pilot has been successful. The gazetted election dates provide a clear planning horizon. The committee assessment highlighted the strengths of Chairman Bird and MPs Dr. Temu and Keith Iduhu. Omissions included cyber threats, women's safety, and the provincial governance layer. The intelligence organization and election observer mechanisms were also not addressed. The test ahead centers on 3 key questions. Will Treasury release the 50 million kina as promised? Will the police submit their budget by the end of March? And will the coordination platform begin functioning? The committee will recall agencies in 3 to 4 months.